Hello and welcome to Horizon Overland. In today's video, I'm going to show you my latest build on a 2002 Chevy Astro all-wheel drive. Now I have done a couple of Astro builds before. More specifically, I've done the level 3 camper build on these Astros, but today I'm going to show you a completely removable level 3 camper build for the Astro that's going to be the upgraded version of the level 3, featuring a lot of really cool updates that I think you guys will find to be very useful. So for the first part of today's video, we're going to go over the Astro itself. I'm going to give you an overview of what it is. We're going to talk about the details of it. And then the second part of today's video, we'll dive right into the level 3 camper build. So without further ado, let's get right to it. All right, folks, here we go. Again, this is a 2002 Chevy Astro all-wheel drive. I'm going to start the tour by giving you a brief overview of what the Astro is. General Motors has produced the Chevrolet Astro and the GMC Safari from 1985 all the way to 2005. They made them in passenger van configurations and cargo van configurations. They gave you two options, rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. Most of these Astros featured a 4.3 liter V6. This one has the updated 4.3 liter V6. It's the Vortec, and it pushes right around 190 horsepower, 250 foot-pounds of torque. With these numbers, if equipped with the tow package, you can expect to tow up to 5,100 pounds with the all-wheel drive setup. Fuel economy is right around 18 miles per gallon on the highway. This one is in really good shape. It's a very good example of a original all-wheel drive Chevy Astro. This is a one-owner vehicle, has been garaged pretty much all of its life, and you could see the factory paint looks absolutely incredible. No peeling, no oxidation, no accidents or repaints. This thing is in really good shape. Again, this is very original, except for the bug shield that is on the front hood. Everything else is 100% factory. These are highly desirable for camper conversions because of the boxy shape that you see. It gives you plenty of headroom or plenty of room altogether inside. These will come with one sliding door on the passenger side. The driver's side will not have a sliding door option. Moving to the rear to show you what that looks like. This one will come with the Dutch door setup. The Dutch door setup means that we get a lift gate on top and then two barn doors on the bottom. Really cool thing about these vehicles is that you could step up on the rear bumper to access the roof rack. This is the factory roof rack. It is adjustable. You can adjust these crossbars, and it would make it ideal for a roof basket or maybe even a rooftop tent to be placed on top. You can never tell that this thing is a camper van. It is completely unassuming. No indications whatsoever on the exterior that this has been converted to a camper vehicle, which makes it very ideal for stealth camping. So that's pretty much what the exterior of this beautiful all-wheel drive Astro looks like. Let's go ahead and move on to the interior to show you more of this vehicle. All right, let's go ahead and check it out on the inside, starting with the front. Just like the exterior, the interior of this Astro is in really good shape. The seats are in great shape. This is gray cloth, and again, very clean. The exterior color is like a light tan color. The interior is complete. Everything works like it did from the factory. We do have power windows, mirrors, and power door locks. Everything works. The speakers sound really good for being factory. The stereo is still factory as well. It is a CD player. We do have front climate controls and then also rear climate controls. You could see the rear AC and the rear heater. Everything works, both AC and heater. There we go, 96,378 miles, so very low mileage. No lights on the dashboard, no check engine lights, nothing like that. This thing has been kept up in great shape. All the maintenance is up to date. One owner throughout its whole life. And again, the condition of this vehicle speaks for itself. This Astro will have a cruise control which works very well. Here you could see the column shifter. It's a 4-speed automatic with overdrive, but we do have the tow haul mode to allow you to tow. Down here we have a little cubby. This is a ashtray. We do have 3 12-volt outlets. We got one right here, and then we got 2 more on this side. You can see one of them is being occupied by the rear view camera monitor, which gives you visibility in the back. I just went over to the passenger side seat to show you a really cool feature that I also discovered on this Astro. Under the seat there's a hidden drawer that you could use for storage. We got 2 cup holders, and then right below the cup holders we have storage compartment. We got airbags on both sides for the driver and the passenger. And then also up top we have a temperature readout as well as a compass. Fuel economy, this one is averaging 16 miles per gallon. So you could kind of cycle through all this information. And then here we have some dome lights. They work great. Some storage, even more storage up here. And then dome lights in the back. So that's pretty much what the front of this interior looks like. Let me now move to the back to show you the level 3 camper build. All right, so let's go ahead and check out the level 3 camper build on this Astro. Before I get started on the camper build itself, I do want to mention that this build that you see in here is completely removable. The second row bench as well as the third row bench are provided with the sale of this vehicle. Here we see the bench seats, both the second row and the third row, that were removed from the Astro. I just wanted to show you a quick clip of what they look like. They're also in really good shape. They look like no one's ever sat on them. So these can easily be reinstalled back in the Astro after removing the camper build. Transforming this Astro back to a passenger van will take right around 30 minutes. This build is very easily disassembled, taken out. The seats can be reinstalled. All the reflectics that you see on the windows can be taken out. The seat belts can also be reattached. The really cool thing about this Astro is that not only is it a 8-passenger minivan, by removing the seats and also not having the camper build inside, you can have a very effective cargo hauler. Tons of space in here. You can actually fit 4x8 sheets of plywood in here, no problem. And obviously also with this camper build, when installed, this is going to be a very effective 1 or 2 person indoor or outdoor camper with solar and battery capabilities. As you see it now, this is currently in the 1-person configuration. We do have 2 4-inch thick foam mattresses. They measure 25 inches wide and 75 inches long. We currently have one on one side, and in this configuration you are able to sit on the edge of the bed. You can have your feet rest here, and then you're going to be able to use the flip up shelf that becomes a counter. I'll show you in just a second what that looks like. This is a curtain that separates the driving area from the lounging and sleeping area. And the really cool thing about the Astro is that it has a gap between the front driver and passenger seat. So if you are in the vehicle and you just want to make your way to the back, you're able to do so by making your way between the 2 front seats. So let me go ahead and create some privacy to show you what that looks like. You could see very private. Now we've separated the driving area from the sleeping area. Right down here we have a large drawer on ball bearing locking slides. You can see tons of room inside for storage. Right below the drawer we do have a topper that we're going to use a little bit later to transform this into a two-person setup. And right below that we have the solar panels. These are 220 watt portable folding panels. And right now what I'd like to do is go ahead and set up these panels on the roof to show you what the solar charging would look like. All right, folks, so I went ahead and laid out the 220 watt rated solar panels on the roof, and you could see they're currently plugged in. You see the cord running on the side of the vehicle through the window, because we can open the window on these Astros. I have removed the insulation, and it's going through the window, and it is being plugged very easily into this solar controller. The solar controller is currently displaying the voltage of the battery. You can see it's 13.6 volts. Because the sun is in full force today, we are keeping the 100 amp hour lithium ion battery nice and charged. And also what's provided is this 25-foot extension cord that can be added to the length of the original cord. Gives you even more flexibility to move the panels to where the sun is. This being a level 3 camper, we do have 12 volt charging. We have the 12 volt outlet as well as 2 USB ports. One of them is being occupied by this movable and adjustable LED clip-on light. And then right down here we do have the inverter on and off switch, which will activate a AC outlet on this side, which will also have 3 more USB. In here is our battery compartment. This is our 100 amp hour lithium ion battery. We have our fuse box, and then we have our 1100 watt inverter. In addition to solar charging, we do have the smart isolator option, which will allow you to charge the secondary battery by basically turning on the car while the car is running. The alternator will charge the secondary battery. It will act as a generator. This would be ideal when you're driving. Whenever you get to your camping location, you will have a full battery. Okay, so I went ahead and laid out the one mattress on this side to show you what it would look like when I enter inside and sit on the edge of the bed. I reapplied the Reflectix on that window, and I pulled the curtains towards the middle to create some privacy. So let me go ahead and get inside and sit on the edge of the bed. You can see I have plenty of space for my feet. Obviously I cannot stand in here, but I can definitely sit very comfortable. 2 people can comfortably sit here. One obviously where I'm at, the other person can sit right there, and then utilize this area, which I will do right now. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and close this door to show you the privacy. And here, this is what it would look like, fully private, with all the Reflectix on the windows being applied, with the light shining. You could see plenty of visibility. Let me go ahead and move over to this side to utilize the sink and this flip up counter shelf. So this has been designed to act both as a shelving unit for storage with high railings, and then when I flip it over, it becomes a counter. It does stay in place when it is a shelf because we do have Velcro, so it doesn't rattle, or it takes a little bit of effort to flip it over. But now we could see it's a very sturdy counter, very wide. Plenty of space for your laptop, to have some food in here. This is the stealth camper functionality of this vehicle. Everything is private. Here we have a sink. This is currently a sink topper to maximize the amount of space that you get, that you could use. If I remove it, we have access to the sink. We have a folding faucet stainless steel, very nice. And we do have a stainless steel bowl as well. And if we go ahead and turn on the faucet, we have some water flowing down, draining into one of the 5-gallon containers. This is both an indoor and outdoor use rear kitchen. And right next to the sink, we have our 42-quart fridge. This does also become a freezer. The temperature can be set really, really low. And if you have items towards the bottom of it, it would be frozen. Very nice fridge. You could see 42 quarts allows you to store plenty of food items in here and easily accessed from the inside and also from the outside. I'll show you in just a moment. Here we have a shelving unit, more of a fixed shelving unit. This place is ideal for sleeping bags, pillows, and blankets. You could see plenty of room. I've designed this level 3 to also accommodate the features of the Astro. Cup holder, more storage, and an insert as well. This window can be cracked open about 4 inches. And when I do that, I can remove the insulation. Now, the really cool thing about this Reflectix insulation is that it is black on one side, the side that is facing outwards. The benefits of having this being dark in color or black is that it creates an even more element of stealth inside this vehicle. As somebody is walking by, they won't be able to tell that you have these on the windows because the dark material doesn't show very well, especially because also we do have tinted windows. These are the factory tint on these vehicles is pretty dark. So that's pretty much what it looks like as a 1-person setup. Let me turn it into a 2-person camper and show you what that looks like. So the very first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and reach under the platform, pull out the stopper. I'm doing this with one hand, so let's see how this works out. And place it right here. Now we've covered this carpeted floor area. And then the second thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reach under this drawer for a large topper, pull it out, also place it on top of the mattress for now. I'm gonna go ahead and reach in, open this drawer all the way out, make sure it's locked in place, and I'm going to stabilize it by using the legs right there. So now it's nice and sturdy. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put this topper on top. And now we have a flat, even surface area with the bench that is going to now allow 2 people to sleep on. I'm gonna go ahead and lay out the mattress to show you what that looks like. And here you could see the final transformation from a 1-bed to a 2-bed, comfortable sleeping arrangement for 2 people to comfortably sleep on this inside this this Astro. This is almost now a full-size bed, and it is very nice and comfortable because we do have a 4-inch foam mattress. So that's pretty much what the inside looks like. Let me now go towards the back, open it up, and show you the outdoor use of the rear kitchen. All right, so let's go ahead and open it up in the rear. We're gonna start by pressing this button to open the lift gate first. And then next thing we're gonna do is pull on this handle to open the barn doors, part of the Dutch door setup. One really cool feature that I recently discovered on these barn doors is that you can make these open all the way out. So by disconnecting this this hinge, you can allow this door to open even further out, and you'll see in just a second why that is very beneficial. You can see now it's off the pin, and then it's opened wider, which allows you even more freedom back here to move about. So this is what it would look like back here. This is the outdoor use of the rear kitchen. On this side, we left this area open. In here you will find the factory jack, so you're still able to remove the cover to access the factory jack that's here, but also you could remove the stopper and then when you remove it and you're not using it, it slides right in here, out of the way, no problem for you to now be able to utilize the sink. So this is what the sink looks like from the outside. Here we do have a cap that you can fill up one of the 5-gallon containers. We do have two inside. This one's for the fresh water and this one is for the gray water. And then we do have a faucet to allow you to empty out this container. That's our 12-volt fridge, also access from the outside. And the fridge is plugging into this DC outlet right here, along with additional 2 USB outlets. And right below the 12-volt fridge, we have a redesigned rear drawer. I'm super excited about this drawer because this drawer is unique to the Astro, and I'll show you why in just a second. This rear drawer will feature built-in toppers. We have a topper on this side with a deep storage compartment. And then we also have a topper on this side, but this topper will open this way. And this topper will also double as a flat surface area. Because we're able to open the Dutch doors all the way out, just like this, we are able to utilize this space to have an additional surface area for prepping, cooking. In here we do have a storage compartment. It is much narrower than the first one. This is probably ideal for storing of condiments and spices. And then right below that we have a pullout, a dedicated pullout for the Coleman 2-burner propane stove. One thing to note is that the finish of this build is very nice. The 3/4 inch wood that you see throughout the build has been sanded down to a very smooth finish. Polyurethane treatment has been added to give this a nice shine, as well as a super smooth silky feel. And then all the edges have been routed as well to prevent injuries that could occur by bumping into these corners. So you could see everything looks great. The wood retains its natural texture and it pops with the use of the polyurethane treatment. So that concludes today's tour on this low mileage, really clean 2002 Chevy Astro Level 3 camper build. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Until next time, take care and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.